Hello everyone, my name is Jeanette of Goldberry's Gardens, and in this video I'm going to show you the easiest way to start crocheting something in the round. This video is specifically geared towards my crochet students at school, so I hope some of you can watch this over Christmas break and keep practicing your crochet skills. But this is the most basic way that I think will be best for you guys to start crocheting like a stuffy or something. So you're going to start with a slip knot. This is the short end of my yarn, and this part is attached to the skein. And what you're going to do is make a loop with a short end over the long end, and this is like the person's head. And then he gets tired, so he's going to fall asleep. He's going to fall over onto the other yarn. And then you're going to pull that up and pull both ends and this loop, and you're going to pull that tight. And there you go, you've got a slip knot. And when you pull the end that's attached to the skein, that's the end that should slide. This end, this short end, should not slide at all. So once you have a slip knot, you are going to put your crochet hook in, and I will show you. If you're left-handed, I will go back and show that in a second. So you put your crochet hook in and you put the yarn around. I usually put the yarn around from the back, but if it's easier, you can put it over from the front. But you're going to do the yarn from the back, and you're going to move this bottom loop over the top to chain one, like this. And now we have one stitch. And we're going to chain a second time, like this. So again, just put the yarn around, and you're going to move that bottom loop over the top. So bottom goes over, and now we have two stitches. Now we have to make the circle part so that we can start, like, for instance, the face of this axolotl started as a circle, tail of this axolotl ended as a circle. So we've got to make that circle. I am going to not go into this first loop because that would undo it, but there is another loop right here, and that's the one that I'm going to work 6 stitches into. And the pattern I am thinking of is my easy snake pattern, and I'll put that in the description so that you can look at the written instructions too. But this is that first row where you work 6 stitches into a circle. So I'm going to insert my hook, and I have this regular stitch and then the loop that was on here. I'm going to put my yarn over, and now I'm just going to take off this middle stitch, not the bottom one. So some of you can use a hook, but some of you want to pull it off with your fingers. I know that's easier, so I'll show it this way. So you're going to pull off the bottom stitch, and then you're going to put the yarn around again, so you have 3 again, and now you're going to pull off both stitches, just like that. And then you can still see this hole that you're working into, but now you have 1 stitch. So you're going to do that again. You're going to put your hook in the hole, you're going to put the yarn over, you're going to pull off just the middle stitch, you're going to put the yarn over, and you're going to pull off the top and the bottom, just like that. And now you have 2. So I'm going to do that 4 more times, and I'll talk through it so that we can do it together. And then that will be your first row if you're doing this pattern. So you put the hook in, put the yarn over, you're going to pull off the middle stitch, yarn over, pull off the middle and the bottom. Whoop. And now we have 3. So you're going to put it back into the hole, yarn over, pull it through the hole. So just pull off that middle stitch, then put the yarn over and pull off both. And now we have 4 stitches. So 2 more, and it's going to start to kind of work back onto itself, but that's okay because we want it to be a full circle. We don't want it to be super flat. So you're going to put it into the hole, and you've got 2 stitches on. You're going to put the yarn over, and you're going to pull off the middle stitch, and you're going to put the yarn over, and you're going to pull off the bottom 2 stitches. And now we have 5 stitches. I need a little more yarn pulled out. And we're going to do the last stitch for this part. So you're going to put the hook into the hole, yarn over, and you're going to pull this middle part off, and you're going to put the yarn around, and now you're going to pull both stitches off again. Whoop. There we go. And it does make a bigger hole to do it this way, but this is the easiest way to start out, and we can work on doing magic rings later, but this is the start for the snake pattern, and this is the start for a lot of plushies, so I thought this would be a good start for you. So we'll count our stitches one last time, and then I'll show you a couple of stitches with my left hand. So here's 1, 2, oh. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it would go back. And what I like to do is put a stitch marker, which basically looks like a safety pin. It's right here. I'm going to put my stitch marker in the last stitch that I made, because then I can tell that's the end of the row. Just like this. And that's our first row done. Now I'm going to pull it out so we can take a look at how this would be if you're left-handed. So I know that's something that helps some of my students who are left-handed, since right-handed instructions are different. So I'm still going to make the slip knot. I'll show that again, where you make the loop, and this string, the short string, is on top, and then you take the head and he falls asleep. Whoop! And then you pull up this long string that he fell asleep on, and you hold both ends and you put your finger in and you pull it tight, and then you've got a good tight slip knot, and it'll slide when you pull the string that's attached to the skein. You're going to put the hook into the hole, and then you're going to put the yarn over, and you're going to take just the bottom stitch off, sorry about that, to chain 1. I am not left-handed, so this is harder, but I can still show it. And then you'll put the yarn over again and pull off just the bottom loop to chain 2. And then we're going to work into this loop right here, and we'll do that 6 times. So the yarn goes in, yarn over, pull off the middle loop, yarn over, pull off both loops. And then you go to the next stitch, so you put it back in and put the yarn over, and you pull off just the middle loop, put the yarn over, and then you pull off both loops. And we're going to do that 6 times. So I hope this helps you guys for practicing over Christmas break for making that first row, and I will make some more videos on how to do the subsequent rows in this pattern, because I really want you to be able to read a pattern, since then you'll be able to do pretty much any pattern on the internet. And obviously if there are questions on specific stitches or patterns, put them down in the comments. And for my students, if you have questions, I will see you at school and we can talk about them. But I hope this helped, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!